I'm here simply because of my love for Black women.
I'm here because I'm a problem solver.
I'm here because Black women matter. I want generations after me to understand that the color of our skin is important and that change needs to come about today.
They are leaders in the Black community, directors of social service programs, heads of multi-million-dollar foundations.
I am also
And for some,
a Black woman who has also been a victim of crime.
it's personal.
Welcome, friends.
It's professional.
Welcome, beautiful women.
It's a call for action as they gather around a huge table at the North Lawndale Employment Network
What can we do as women
to talk about the data from our CBS 2 investigation.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
A 20-year analysis of Chicago crime reports
You got batteries, you got robberies.
revealed an alarming fact.
By day of week, by location type.
Women who look like them are disproportionately victims of violence.
I was shocked. I've been a judge, prosecutor, public defender, but I never just picked up that this data existed.
Our question really is,
And here's a twist.
what is our immediate collective next step?
The person posing that important question, not a Black woman,
In response to hearing about this,
a Black man.
what should be done? What's the next step?
Chasta Martin, Chief Strategy Officer.
My selfish desire was to make Black female victimization a priority for us. I want to see us have a very specific strategy to recruiting and engaging Black women.
It's also personal for the son, brother, father of three, the youngest, a sunglass-sporting little girl.
When I think about the role that Black men need to play in our community, it is to protect and support our women. And when I saw the piece on a grand scale, it showed me that we had failed at doing that.
So now Martin is doing his part
We are in this room full of Black expertise
by soliciting solutions.
many different social impact sectors.
And these prominent, politically connected Black sisters are the perfect people to have at the table.
maybe a call to meet with the chief of police?
To meet with the mayor. He is a father. I think that would be something that we could make happen.
What do we do? Do a policy need to be put in place? Do we have to go to Springfield?
I would suggest that maybe there's a way to convene a kind of a think tank.
The idea of a think tank
I look at the way that
resonates with the president of the largest civil rights organization in the city.
What role can the organization play?
Well, I think one of our most important responsibilities as the Urban League is to convene people.
Who do you think should be at the table?
You have to have women who have been victimized. They have to be at the table. You want our fraternal organizations, sororities, fraternities, certainly other civic and social organizations. It has to matter collectively to everyone that Black women are suffering in this way, because that's the only way we're going to get long-term solutions.
Our report back in October highlighted just how much some women are suffering, like Nia Williams,
I feel like I had a life-changing moment.
out for a late-night snack at Maggie's in Bronzeville when she was shot in the face by a stranger.
I was spitting out bullets and teeth.
Maggie's is less than a mile from Twyla Jenkins' home.
I literally could feel and see and hear what she went through in my mind, and it was gut-wrenching. It was so hard.
Jenkins also connected with Williams on another level, one she wishes she didn't.
I'm scared, shaking, of course.
Last January, her car was stolen outside her home. Gone too, her purse and credit cards used to buy gas and fast food.
And so I said, again, what can I do? Well, good evening, ladies.
Here's what she did.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
A handful of ladies gathered in Chatham, members of Jenkins' board of directors for her nonprofit health and wellness organization.
I thought it would be great for us to get together and talk about if we can launch a campaign about protecting Black women.
Her vision, to produce billboards, buttons, T-shirts, just laying out the numbers.
My hope is that what's sounding the alarm is to spread the word in churches, to spread the word in community organizations. What can we do to protect ourselves?
Back in Lawndale,
You're going to see calls to the mayor to be responsive to adopting black female victimization as part of the city's public safety strategy.
Martin knows none of that happens without resources.
To me, this is a failed operation if we don't see local organizations say, let's go pursue grant dollars to reduce violence for black women in this city, in this community.
We're already seeing some movement. As a result of our investigation, Chicago City Councilman Gilbert Villegas is calling for a task force that focuses on crimes against black women. The president of the Chicago Urban League wants to join that effort. We'll continue to track their progress. Dorothy Tucker, CBS 2 Investigators.